in court next week. Meantime, an attorney representing James Holmes' parents, the family attorney, held a news conference today here in San Diego, and Fox 5's Sharon Chen joins us now live from downtown with what was said. Sharon.
Right, Kathleen, that news conference held this afternoon right outside the family attorney's offices. It lasted about an hour. Now, in that news conference, she didn't comment on much, but she did say that the family does continue to stand by the suspect, James Holmes.
Silent and dazed, his hair dyed shocking comic book red. James Holmes made his first court appearance in Colorado.
The case of this significance be tried in the courthouse, in the courtroom, and not in the media.
Back home in San Diego, the Holmes family attorney Lisa Damiani spoke to the media. Damiani refused to answer questions about the suspect and his relationship to the family, but did say the family continues to stand by Holmes.
Yes, they do. He's their son.
Damiani refused to comment on Holmes' appearance in court Monday morning, but said the family has expressed concern over the death penalty.
Obviously, it's going to be murder one, and with a murder one charge, that's when someone can be facing the death penalty.
She spent time to explain the difference of the judicial system between Colorado and California, pointing out his appearance was not an arraignment, but rather an advisement bond return hearing.
At that time, the defendant is told what his rights are, and if charges have been filed, what those charges are.
Damiani said she will not be representing Holmes. She said the reason why the news conference was called was to clarify an inaccuracy by ABC News.
The media has been attributing certain statements to Arlene Holmes and taking her comments out of context.
Damiani read a statement from the family, specifically from James Holmes' mother, speaking about the night minutes after the shooting.
He asked if I was Arlene Holmes and if my son was James Holmes. I answered, yes, you have the right person. I was referring to myself. I asked him to tell me why he was calling, and he told me about a shooting in Aurora.
Later on, it was reported by ABC News, Arlene Holmes said, you have the right person, in reference to James Holmes being the person that was arrested.
She felt it was very important for everyone to understand the sequence of events and what he said, what she said, and not misconstrue the situation.
Damiani says the family continues to keep victims in their prayers and hopes to maintain their privacy.
Now, Holmes is expected back in court next Monday when he will formally face charges. Damiani says that she does fear for the safety of the Holmes family. However, she does not know of any threats that were made to the family. I'm live here in downtown San Diego. Back to you, Kathleen.
Sharon, you mentioned the differences in the judicial process in California versus Colorado. Does Damiani have some experience in Colorado that she could speak to that?
Apparently she does. She says she has worked cases in Colorado, however, for the federal side. So she is kind of taking on new ground moving forward here.
All right. Sharon Chen tonight. Thank you for that. Authorities in Colorado confirm Holmes could face the death penalty, as you heard in that press conference moments ago, if convicted. After the arraignment today, prosecutors said it is being considered, but no decision has been made yet. They also say they'll consult with victims' relatives before making a final decision.
There's so much that victims have to take into account, and victims will be impacted by that decision in an enormous way for years. If the death penalty is sought, that's a very long process that impacts their lives for years. And so they will want to have, and we will want to get their input before we make any kind of a decision on that.
Since 1976, there's only been one execution in Colorado. Holmes is being held in isolation without bond at the Arapahoe County, Colorado jail. Well, President Obama did visit those hurt in Friday's mass shooting with family members of those killed as well on Sunday. But in Washington, the tragedy is being felt in a different way. It's reignited the debate over gun laws. The federal assault weapons ban expired in 2004. Now the mass shooting in Colorado has some calling for it to be reinstated.
With politics on hold, President Obama met with survivors and family members of those who were lost in the rampage that killed 12 and injured 58. In this White House photo, the president hugged Stephanie Davies, who helped keep her friend Allie Young alive after she was shot in Friday's early morning movie massacre.
I come to them not so much as president as I do as a father and as a husband.
The president did not attend a vigil for the victims of the tragedy that pulled to a screeching halt a contentious presidential campaign. Republican challenger Mitt Romney said the president's visit was the right thing to do, but the shooting leaves many wondering about the right thing to do concerning gun laws, especially considering 24-year-old suspect James Holmes legally purchased an assault rifle and a 100-round magazine clip.
We've got to sit down and really come to grips with what is sold to the average citizen in America. These are weapons that you're only going to be using to kill people in close combat.
Gun rights advocates say limiting what people can buy infringes on Second Amendment rights.
This isn't an issue about guns. This is just really an issue about sick, demented individuals, and it's a tragedy. And I don't think there's a solution here in Washington to solve this problem.
The White House says no new policies will be offered as a result of Friday's shooting. Press Secretary Jay Carney says President Obama believes in using existing law to keep guns away from people who should not have them. Well, she made little girls believe even the skies weren't the limit.